Pause warten. Stop fahren. Share something.
Outer gate destroyed. Protect the inner gate.
Phone's above. That's okay. It's fine, okay.
戦いは続く。Moving on, soldiers! Protect to the round! Keep moving! Protect to the round now! Moving on, soldiers! Incoming attack! All clear! Ram forward! Get to the ram! Ready! Loose!
Inner gate destroyed. Protect the commander.
Warriors, charge! You cannot best me. You are no challenge. You think you can win? Come on, smash me.
Change that. This is one of the war stories I've ever done that I've covered on the channel. I've covered up the channel a little bit, so I can slightly sexually points of horror, sentenced to 100 years in prison. The investigation dates back to 2022 when police received a tip that suspected homemade and child sexual abuse. And there were two guys there, a gay couple that adopted children, adopted boys, specifically boys, through an agency. And I'm going to do what I usually do. If they start going into too much detail, I'm just skipping. A Georgia couple who spent the rest of their lives in prison after sexually abusing two young boys in the adult. William and Zachary Zula from Baldwin County were sentenced to 100 years in prison without parole on Thursday after they both pled guilty to several charges related to sexually assaulting their adopted children. In this case, and never forget what they had to see here. It's live. A lot of these are a little bit too graphic. It was fun. Cedric was coming back to begin placing a statement that these two men really created this model with their deeply dark desires of everything and everything. However, the fabrication, again, is not greater than the result of justice and the strength of the victims in this case. The result by MC they actually stand up in court and talk about all the stuff and they can by the way there's one training when it happened they went on the investigation began in July 2022 with police receiving a tip from the National Centre for Exploiting Children about suspected homemade child sexual abuse because they led in the state. This led investigators on the lawless who actually admitted to doing this and claiming she received it from Zachary on lawless years in Crosswell himself in prison after pleading guilty to charges. He also blocked the police as they investigated the news. After this, officers said that a couple of men sexually abused their two boys in the top of the town. In their cell, police station and their surveillance cameras in their cell. This led them to some footage of the two officers. The couple said text messages they posted about the abuse, Louis and Sanchez on hearing messages from Zachary about the abuse, McGinley said. He later pleaded guilty to handing him to a person underneath. This resolution will help the victims continue their process of healing, McGinley said. William and Zachary Zula will now spend 100 years in prison without parole. Now, is it each or did they get 50 years each? I have no idea. This all but guarantees that the victims will not have to worry and be told about their William pleaded guilty to 6 counts of aggravated sodomy, 3 counts of aggravated criminal offence, 2 counts of incest, and 2 counts of sexual assault. Zachary pleaded guilty to 2 counts of completed not guilty and says that a judge found him guilty after he defense and here we are at the end of the article. I'm very happy with what I would advise anyone people call 911 to look this up, just don't with details around this. It reminds me of I spoke about it. My mum and dad used to do foster care, and we would get a bunch of children. But a lot of this is contemporary. We would sometimes have respite, which is when our children actually have to do with a short amount of time, or basically the children just being taken from their family, and then they would get put with us just on a temporary basis until something more permanent was found. And obviously, as long as we're around the kids that we're working with, we have to be fine. And I think I read about 4 before I just stopped. It's just, I don't really know that. I don't really know. Yeah, do you like to play PlayStation? Yeah, let's play games. Play games with them all day. And that's all we want. That's all we need. I don't really know. Right? Yeah, I remember the game. I was 12. One thing I remember. And also, I'm basically a girl that we were looking after. No name, I'm not going to say any name. Lovely girl, really nice girl, very cheeky, which is why I like her. Basically, she ended up confessing to my mum and dad about ended up with the trial. December there, the guy gets sent. And I posted the picture, a couple of questions. And I told everyone what part of everything was being kept in. Good form. But yeah, this is just a disgusting case, and I don't want to talk anymore. Let's end it.
Outer gate destroyed. On to the inner gate.
Try and figure out what exactly will be needed in this crazy thing is. Guess what we're going to do, people? Out there into a list over there. Like this, like, what's he doing? Who is he looking at? It's because I'm dumb and I can't remember my own list. But given the transfer window, it's still in effect underneath WrestleMania. Well, at least until we get used to everything on Netflix. We know that some people are going to go to Raw and some people are going to SmackDown. Now, listen, deep down in my Tootsie Toes, I kind of think it's just sort of Roman Reigns can do whatever he wants. Although he never declared for a brand, so maybe we need to worry about that. Just give WWE more leeway as we are on this road to show stuff. But I think there is an opportunity to basically all we did with these accounts. Around for them, some people are already on board, very scared about this thing. Essentially, hey, charge me with rent. But right, I'm going to take all these good wrestlers, worse, and I'm going to tell you the wrestlers. So, I mean, I think it's awesome. The coolest thing is it really separates from SmackDown. It's down, it's because the helmet went, oh man, he's put a better show to me, and it's called a power play. Now, I don't think that's going to happen today, a lot more. People went to WWE, don't put it. I would make it, I would McIntyre, but actually, going off in one direction. McIntyre is absolutely one of the main players. So Sami, and so should Kevin Owens, right? We take this all we are to tell everybody, these are our guys that are going to pop up Friday night and Saturday night. Never been Friday night, what? Saturday. I've got great for these things. We are going to ensure that even though Raw is on streaming, you know, you've got Saturday, Friday, then on network TV. Just like a cable show, man. You're going to have to watch some of the best wrestling, some of the best character work, and some of the best promos. Because we know every single person that's in this right now have a wonderful 2024, and they're all something, right? Kevin Owens just started working together in the making of the so much. Sami Zayn is dating the last couple of years, and it's all happened and we listen to each other for the next year or so. Right? Chase McIntyre, dominant world champion. Have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn do something together. They've got Bad History and Jacob Swing first, and then they have Sami and one other people in this as well. Because I don't really know what Gunther is going to do or Cody Rhodes is going to do. But if either one of those guys stays or goes to Friday, they're going to have to hardly have the Broken World Champion. That would be ridiculous. That's another bit of stuff you can throw into the thing. And I think all of a sudden, it won't feel like excitement. Or is a show again. SmackDown is something like a crappy man we just throw in the corner. That is not well SmackDown 2024 some of the highlights of the spring, I believe, is going back to one. So I get it, you want to have Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the people that WWE take as the face of the company, totally understand it, totally get it, and I I love that too. Their the News are just below them. So much action. And I didn't even give them the freedom to paint their canvas on SmackDown. Well, a lot. I'm going to wind up talking about it. Also, if nothing else, Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre have to be world champions in 2025. Otherwise, what else do I do? Number 9 is actually tied directly into that because I think once we do kind of try to sort out this bloodline stuff, we have to move away from it and evolve into something we have had progress around that. I may be against words because I think we can do Kevin Owens from a scale sense. But I really want to see Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. I know we've done this before, but I just think it's so much better team. Now I think you go crazy on the microphone. This will be the definitive match. Once it's done, you never need to go back to it. Probably separate them all evenly united. But this time, we're also facing off the fact that 1, Kevin Owens is saying 2 is now playing with. Also, this comes off the fact that they're main event. Adds even more emotion. But it just kind of ties into nothing there, right? Because I think they're so good. Because I think we can tell a wonderful narrative here, which we really want to see it in 2025. And let's not forget, as I am talking to you, there is still 4 months until WrestleMania. Hogan versus Kevin Owens. We still have a few events. I mean, WWE is good at making it absolutely. It's not the match Kevin Owens. And something like time. But I really hope at the very least going to get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn involved, really involved something the proper way. But I think that would almost double down on this idea of SmackDown. There's like all of a sudden, almost I can't believe it. And if they do execute this right, and United Sami Zayn coming up to the world title, something people were desperate for back in 2023 when we had the Elimination Chamber. It would feel awesome. It would feel wonderful. They can even hug afterwards if you want to do that. It'd be a bit lame. So it would be a proper plug. Whatever you want to do. It just excites me. So again, maybe not WrestleMania because the season's a little bit crowded, but at least as we go through this year, we get to October, November, December time. Nudge, nudge. Get KO and Sami Zayn on the table, man. I really have a feeling. Just the way the crane works now, they go, I need it too. Right, number 8, I'll keep it nice and simple, and I have predicted this WrestleMania 41 now, after that Netflix show and the Rock kind of coming, kind of going. I do think we'll get The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I do not think it's going to be 20. Maybe at that SummerSlam, it's a high event, it's like I made it. But regardless, in terms of thinking WWE, it's not this year. How is it to trigger WrestleMania? One of the things that's the biggest stage, there are ways of being involved in that, which is involved in given that we've already done this fight, given that Paul Heyman most of the time is made, given that Paul Heyman will be the greatest girl that will need to work the fight of their past issues, which are all out there, the job of doing them, and those are the best of friends. Once again, bringing the 80s. And when I bring this up, not too soon, I don't want to talk about that, but it's too soon. Screw all this too soon stuff. One, I'm going to be dead eventually, and I don't want to risk it. But 2, wrestling is such a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a solid thing, is it? It's not a structural integrity business. If we get injured, people go down, other things happen, we have to change the card. I do not want that to happen to anybody. But I didn't want Punk to get injured in the Rumble. I didn't want Cody to tear his pec, and that shifted so many things around. And while WWE was so good at pivoting and kind of going, well, we can do this, CM Punk Drew McIntyre do before now. Let's learn from it and go, wait, The Rock's not involved. Doing Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, I presume something else we should do in 2025. Let's go to Punk versus Roman. The other reason I like this is part of the star power. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, it will get dark eventually, and they'll take some pop shots. Ultimately, it's going to be like, I don't know, 2 granddads talking to each other. It's going to be very patient, very respectful. Whereas CM Punk is going to cut the most horrible human beings. Horrible times, they will tear each other to shreds. You can't just separate them. So, don't stand on ceremony. Just give it to me. I ain't care who wins. There's going to be a conversation coming out the other side. CM Punk with Roman Reigns for championship. Oh my god. Even the Punk sounds like yes, my name. Roman needs to come to the internet. It's going to come down. And while I'm crazy for too far sometimes, usually the internet does melt down. There's a lot of entertainment to be had. Speaking of that, at number 7, you don't have to do a WrestleMania, you don't have to do a SummerSlam, you can do it on a random episode of Raw. I truly do think this year CM Punk should be the world champion. That is going to send people totally off the wall. People that love CM Punk love him. People that don't like him really don't like him. And that's why he's such an anomaly like pro wrestling. But he's riding a crest of a wave at the moment. He is one of the most interesting characters they've got. He has declared Rumble, he has been Seth Rollins, he has been McIntyre. Why the fluff would you give all these wins and then not give him one final championship shot? Now, I think CM Punk is 46 years old. Age is totally irrelevant to me for wrestling. It's all about how I feel in my tummy. Some wants to win the 72. I'm not like to believe in that 72-year-old. Everything is going to be fine. Right now, I think CM Punk feels like the veteran has come back with one last go again. He has a great team around him. Everything like that. I think it would be a waste not to at least give him a go. By the way, most definitely work. Just if there's that word again and do something. Now, I would like you to main event, either Sunday night, Saturday night, as a main event. And I think that you just took that huge block in a conversation about this. And I think it's really interesting to see how he involves problems with that gone. Just with his shoulder, I don't think it's entirely happy. If that's made up now, it's he close allows him, like I say, to show him inside himself, and he has the championship, and he would have made it at WrestleMania. I think eventually CM Punk has to go back. I think as good as he is now, he thrives in that environment, because again, he likes pushing people, but he will love to try and push it too. I think he would make it something incredibly healthy. As a fan, that's all I care about. Just sit down, Raw, SmackDown, things together, remember it, and be excited. Everything I just talked about is intimidate. Number 6 is, I wouldn't say it's a nice thing, but I think it's one that we all expect. Maybe where I'm going to put it first is the version thing. And inside it starts. That's right, NXT. It sounded like all these disparaging comments against NXT. You cannot say it's developmental territory. 50% of it is. Of course it is. And that's why you have a bunch of people that are learning the ropes, and I love it. It's NXT a real wrestling, a real good storyline. It's totally nuts, which I really, really is. But the Julia going there is to give her WWE record. The same with Thor, the same with Page. I mean, come on now. It's not Page, no. There's a bunch of other guys. The antics that would be a Triple H, right, or a Roxanne Perez, which she first came to. Most of the guys that made the main roster. But that was kind of teaching them what WWE style is. Whereas I guess WWE does have its own approach. So I like Julia already to take instead of this. Oh, you don't work here. Let's just show you the nuts and bolts of SmackDown and everything. So to do all these people up, you have to have somebody else like that coming in. So the momentum remains. Ricky Starks would be brilliant at that, and it works on 2 levels. He can become NXT champion pretty quickly. He makes it obvious, as will David. Of course, when he does get called up to the main roster, there will be some people out there, not knocking, no disparaging, I really like Ricky Starks, he's a great wrestler, but there will be some, there'll be big super fans that may not be aware of this. If he runs through NXT and has a fire performance down there, and then gets called up, it's going to get a big reaction, and it's going to be and he turned up to that was totally fine. But I don't want anything to be knocked to the wayside, and people say things with television. There's a bunch of people down there. I would love to see Ricky Starks fight. If Open Femi's still the champion, Open Femi Starks, that is a completely different world to Open Femi. Ricky Starks had to go to the first. So I wouldn't have been NXT. I think it's NXT. And I think it's better to start in the long run. Everyone says it's just down there for an open whatever. You could do the same with this. I think it tells people to watch that show. They are on the CW network and watch their numbers. I have no problem with it whatsoever. The main roster is a little bit stacked right now. Well, they couldn't fit. They're not really good.
Inner gate destroyed. Kill the commanders.
Brilliant. People like to talk about. I don't have a problem with it. Aaron Exaker said it, but I'll say it again. Hey, Strick William, Roxanne Perez, they're all ready for the main roster. They really are. They decided right there. Just understand the way the numbers does things. Strick Williams is just what we call it. Some people like to enjoy the wrestler. Lots of people like to do wrestlers. They're still successful. But I think he's way better than he's given credit for. I've enjoyed most of his matches. And when you do put it with someone who is somewhat super duper good, he praise the bar. And also, it's a character. want to support him and you want to love him, you know who else you John Cena. John Cena did all right for himself. And Roxanne Perez, I think, genuinely could be a world champion. Mo, only get that quite tiny. Who cares? He gets to himself up. Their progress, their personality. And probably give a Julian on the main 2025. Given that we are talking about 2025, I would put her in there as well. I wouldn't move Javon Evans just yet. I think he's become this I'll probably say that Over Femi should be in this list as well. Because Over Femi could turn up tomorrow and win the Royal Rumble. I'm like, yeah, good. Now have to win at WrestleMania. There's some special stuff. You are no giant! I see the sword about weeks ago. He's just a guy. And every now and then you can gravitate towards people for no reason whatsoever. Number 4 is actually a point of contention on the internet today. I enjoyed the argument at the back and forth, which is if we do have the brand new IS and US Championships, for example, to make world champion that kind of lower star power. I don't think so at all. I think the best way to make it out is out of the actual left, Jake Hart, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, whoever, go after these things. Just make sure that we have important things. So right now, I'm doing this for first title. If you want to have the Coach by Mara Nigeria have the program, great. SmackDown, Chelsea Green meets you, and I think it's helping them around. And we're probably going to be Chelsea Green versus Piper this but if Sponge's world champions or all of a sudden start saying, well, I like that now, like Becky did for example, it's perfect. Once again, I tightened John Cena, 2016, he was US Open Challenge, and he got that belt, and nobody thought John Cena was nothing. I think appreciated it, because he wasn't in the main event scene before. Should have been given their opportunity. So, I think he need to fall into this pan. I don't think it just has to be create new stars, although absolutely that should always be the MO. But I think just sticking a few people in there, making it being the biggest one, just tell the wider fan base, we should take this seriously, because that is so hard. Seth Rollins talked about that on Chris Van Vliet's Insight podcast the other day. He was really appreciative of the opportunity to try and build that World Heavyweight Championship, but he understood the criticism. It's a brand new belt, like a secondary title. And because they're brand new, they have no legacy, they have no history, they have to look that the best way to do that is by having a make stars go after it. Charlotte Flair was another good one, but she wasn't kind of the title picture. So I would make sure Becky is the IC US champion 5 years a year. Let fans react to it however the hell they want. Then WrestleMania, SummerSlam, whatever it may be. Just let them put someone else over. It's the best thing in the world. And number 3 is recharging the tag team scene. Now SmackDown is doing the Gannon dominance of the match in WrestleMania 41. Guy Ryder versus Oscar versus Roberts versus the Moxie Machine Guns. And then we'll go, yeah, we did tease that. We'll even make it a ladder match, which will be way too out of control. And I am excited about the Raw one because the Viking Raiders, and now the champions, are surely the New Day are going to win it at some point. But I think we need to make sure this is a priority going forward. I would say that the women's tag team belts will look better in 2024 than the men's one. I'm not trying to be disparaging to the women's ones, but they were awesome in 2023. They vanished, nobody ever talked about them. Sometimes people turn up with the titles and be like, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah, it's the women's championship belts. So we need to make sure that they're all kind of balanced a little bit better. And if you do have this New Day team who have become the worst of the best people in the world, let them be the War Raiders, just using the worst memes ever. And again, there are 5 teams on SmackDown right now who feel like viable options, and that was not the case. The fact they're all interacting together, just it's simple stuff again. If somebody walks onto the television screen, says, hello, I'm in a tag team, and I really want that tag team belt, us idiot fans go, oh my gosh, she really wants the tag team belt, and it's nice and simple. So that absolutely should be a priority. Again, we do need to get more teams on the Raw side. The transfer window is still open, but the New Day have an elongated run, and DIY, who are the champions at the moment, do. I just think you can build other tag teams into this. I would get Fraxim on the main roster, which probably ties in with the number we were talking about a few minutes ago. They were probably the best tag team in 2024, and I do think on the main roster they're well stronger together than they would be separately. Although you can do that down the line, but they just have an elongated run. So maybe they can get involved in the Raw tag team soon as well. But yeah, just making it important and making it a focus of the show instead of what did happen a few times. Just like, are you going to defend these belts? The people would go, no. Number 2, I actually think it's quite a big one, given that it has been almost a year, we are coming up to 12 months. I think at some point Cody Rhodes should lose that title, and then yes, he should win it back. Now this could be at WrestleMania, obviously. I think he'll be taking on John Cena, but I might prefer the John Cena story of he'll lose, and then whatever the December pay-per-view PLE is going to be, John Cena in his final match becomes the champion. I think that would be really, really good. So it does mean who the Flood would beat Cody Rhodes for the belt. If CM Punk doesn't do the other things we're talking about, it certainly could be him. That would send people crazy. Of course, we have to do the Randy Orton feud, and that's the one that I'm going to put my her around. I was going to say next week, I've been a last-minute call, because I think in order for that program to work in the way that we want it to, tie to the history, the legacy, and make sure their promos mean something, I think Randy has to win a match. Not a non-title match, not a tag team match, not a, I don't know, a no DQ match or something like that. Well, it could be, over the championship's on the line. But even if it is for 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, however long you want to prolong that thing, Randy, I think, to me, should be the guy to beat Cody Rhodes. Because it's Randy Orton. You're going to get mad at Randy Orton being WWE champion. I don't think you're watching the show. And again, Cody has always said that Randy was like a mentor, a legacy, obviously, with nudge figure to him. That's the kind of stuff we can drag back in as well. Maybe we'll even see Ted DiBiase Jr. Definitely not going to happen. That family needs to sort some stuff out that is non-wrestling related. But I think Cody needs to lose the championship, much like Stone Cold would lose the title all the time back in the day. Because Cody is such a good-hearted, warm, white meat babyface that you do want to see him on the chase for the title. That's why so many people love the fact that he finally finished his story. He tried, and he wouldn't give up. You can't stretch out that much again, because that's always the first one. But we've established him as the guy. We've established him at the top of the card. That's not going to go away. And there'll be a certain type of people where Cody Rhodes is their guy, going back to that conversation. So they'll support him through thick and thin. But you don't want to push it too far, especially because Roman held that belt for so long, and it will start to feel too similar. So I think he can lose it. Even if it's 24 hours, it doesn't matter. You can tell that story. We did that with Austin plenty of times back in the late 90s. And I understand the business and the industry is different. The way people connect to wrestlers isn't. And if you can do it during a match where nobody thinks he's going to lose, which is what happened with Stone Cold versus Kane during that first Blood King of the Ring match, I think we can copy a little bit of the past, but build it into the modern future. So whatever you want to do is totally fine. It doesn't have to be on a super duper whooper show. Sell Randy Orton as Randy Orton. He can take care of the rest. I think he should probably be Cody, while be the champ. And number one is kind of going to come out of nowhere, but I did want to give you an obvious one, like John Cena should win the 17th world title. We talked about that on many videos. Something I think WWE should do, once we've got all the other feuds out of the way, and we are heading towards WrestleMania 42, and we should start teasing it again in Q4, whatever the hell people call it. I think you want to get it very, very clear that one of our big matches for 2026, Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Because I actually think Becky Lynch could be back as soon as tonight, and today's the 13th of January. There is a Raw obviously going down later on, and I think Charlotte Flair will return and win the Royal Rumble. Becky will hang out on Raw, Charlotte will hang out on SmackDown, or vice versa. I think you want to keep them as far away from possible, not even a tease, not even a wink, nudge, or backstage skits, and then eventually they do clash paths in whatever match you do want to do. And then yes, I think that should be, it could be for a championship, it could not be for a championship. I just think with the promos, once again, WWE is so keen to lean into history and to lean into personal beat. I do believe they're friends now. But if you want a brand new CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, which they ultimately do going into the new year, I think Becky and Charlotte is it. Mostly because we have done this for the men a lot. We've not done it overly with the women. And these two would be the best to do it. Because again, they can talk about their past. They are massive stars. I think most people accept this with Becky. Some people act like Charlotte isn't. Which I find nuts. Charlotte would be pushed to the top of anybody's roster because she's so talented. She has all the cinema, the aura, and all that noise. But, you know, we've just come off this Raw debut on Netflix. And CM Punk, Seth Rollins, so good because of the things they were saying to each other. Like, oh my gosh, this is real. Charlotte and Becky have all of that too. So I think you want to strike while the iron is hot. They are going to be back soon. Again, make sure they interact with other people. They get to your October, November, December, whenever you want to pull the trigger and put them together and sell it in a way that's never been sold before. Because I know they fought in the past, but it would not be the same as the new era with Vince. I think it would be one of the biggest matches in 2026. And of course, I want to know what you think WWE should do in 2025. So drop me a comment below. Like the video, share it, subscribe, click the notification bell. Please do subscribe. I think I just said that. Otherwise, go into the description. Just click things. Follow me on social media. Come buy my t-shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees. Find me on Cameo. Simon in the search for my name. GrillerMind.com/Simon. You just go to Simon. Get 10% off. These are the best fitness supplements there are. Otherwise, keep enjoying wrestling. It's there to entertain you. Now, see you soon.
Greetings, Boogie fans! Michael here, and virtually every gym leader has an iconic strongest Pokemon, or as I like to call it, their ace. Brock has Onix, Wallace has Milotic, Raihan has Duraludon, and so on and so forth. But what if they had different aces? Different strongest Pokemon? Today I'm going to be going through every single main series Pokemon gym leader and providing my thoughts on how well their ace fits, then suggesting an alternative ace, regardless of whether I think their current one fits them well or not. By the way, shout out to my patron Damon Peace for suggesting this video idea. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, since less than half of my viewers are actually subscribed, which is deeply disturbing. No, please subscribe. And let's dive into... It is I, Gurantipov! Brilliant, of course it is. What did you come to steal this time? Oh, nothing much. Just your happiness and peace of mind. Wait, whoa, what? Yes, and I'm going to do so by reminding you of 3 unsettling facts. Number 1, Pokemon will someday end. Number 2, the only thing protecting us from the endless vacuum of space is a relatively thin layer of air. And number 3, 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. While you're definitely right about the first 2 being upsetting, the third is less scary thanks to the sponsor of this video, Keeps. Oh, come on! Why do you always seem to have the perfect rebuttal? But tell me more, because by doing something, a reminder that you KO'd the first shiny Pokemon you ever found, and you're never getting it back. Son of a ta-ta! Anyways, thanks so much to Keeps for sponsoring this video, but now let's dive into giving new aces to all of the gym leaders. First up is Brock, whose strongest Pokemon is the iconic Onix. You could say it is Iconics. Aha. And everyone clicked off the video, dang it. I think Onix fits Brock very well. Despite its big, intimidating appearance, it has no pre-evolutions. This allowed them to put a big, intimidating Pokemon in the very first gym of the game, which I think does a great job of making the intro to the gym challenge exciting. Of all the Kanto rock types, I think Onix is the best fit, but if I had to pick another one, I'm going with Graveler, which would then become Golem for any rematches. Graveler does a good job of representing rock, unlike the fossils, which don't really have much visible rockiness to their appearances. Plus, its base stat total is very close to Onix's. They'd have to give him a Graveler that is under its evolution level, but, there are tons of examples of that in Pokemon, so, who cares? Next is Misty, whose ace is Starmie. Starmie is a solid ace, but I personally have never found it to be that interesting of a Pokemon, because, as Ash pointed out in the original series, it doesn't have a face, guys. It's a little weird. I think it would be cool if her ace was a Gyarados. She uses one in the anime several times, and it would be possible at her gym's Pokemon level of the early 20s. It would make the battle pretty freaking tough, since it's not weak to grass and there are very limited electric types available prior to Misty's gym battle, but I care more about coolness than game balance for this, so... sorry. Next is Lieutenant Surge, whose ace is Raichu. I've always been a bit thrown off by this big, intimidating military man having a fairly cute, small Pokemon as his ace. Admittedly, it's kind of fun, but I also think a more intimidating Pokemon would have worked better. Instead, I suggest Electabuzz, because after all, they have the same angry eyes. Plus, look, they even shake hands in the cards. Clearly it's meant to be. They missed a big opportunity. Next is Erica, whose ace is Vileplume. Since Erica's whole thing is that she's an expert flower arranger, Vileplume's a great fit since it is mostly flower. Of the remaining Kanto grass types, I think the next best ace is Venusaur. It is a starter, which I tend to not like giving to gym leaders, but it's the only other one with any kind of flower as part of its biology. Next is Koga, who, well, he doesn't have one. In Red and Blue and Fire Red and Leaf Green, his strongest is Weezing. In Yellow and...
NXT mentioned before, never won a singles championship here at WWE. Just got paid over like here. And then the next. Now. And Stan top rope and delivers a spot right to the midsection. And Gable out to the apron trying to regain his breath here. Obviously, it looked marvelous.